Yeah. Last year, well, actually, I think it was 2 years ago. I was over in Copenhagen, in Denmark, and I was with my younger brother, Ryan Sands, who's an amazing drummer. And I've been to Copenhagen a few times, and so decided to take him with me. And so we went over there, and we met this fabulous vocalist named Malene Mortensen, and we did a little jam session. My brother was actually filling in for the drummer Lee Pearson for the jam session, and we were playing, and she came up and sat in, and sang something, and her voice was beautiful. And after that, we started talking. We knew a couple of the same people, all that kind of stuff. And she was asking, I would love to work with you some kind of way, and all that kind of stuff. So we were, really just trying to communicate, and especially just on a musical level, we were just saying, well, I like this. I'm a big fan of this, all this kind of stuff. So about a year went by or so, and I got a call, and she said, well, I really want to do this record, and I would love for you to be a part of it. I'd love for you to write some music for me, or let's write something together, let's collaborate, let's do something. So she came to my home in New Haven, Connecticut, and we spent like a week just writing, just here and there, just talking about different things, just kind of coming up with a concept of who we were as people and where we are in our lives, and like, let's write about that. Let's write about real experiences that we had, And so we started writing and writing and writing, and hanging out and just talking and just listening to records and all this kind of stuff. And it was a lot of fun. And so we eventually went to the studio. Bernice Earl Travis is on bass. Terry Gully's on drums. She's also singing and playing guitar on a couple tracks as well. And it was a lot of fun, So that should be coming out sometime this year. That should be coming out.
What's it called?
I don't know what it's called yet. There's no title. There will be one. I just don't know yet. But it should be coming out sometime in the spring, maybe. I've also did a couple of recordings last year with Ben Williams. He's coming out with a new record. Reggie Quinterly's coming out with a new record. Couple different people I've been recording with, and writing a lot and composing a lot for different groups as well. So that's a lot of fun, and continue to do that. So.
And
Well, what inspires me to write is basically who I'm talking to, who I'm writing for. I wrote a couple of things for Christian McBride that we've recorded. We just did a Live at the Vanguard record that should be coming out. I'm not sure when, but we just did that in December. And, a couple of different things. And also on the last record that we did, we have a tune on there. And I try to get in the mindset of who I'm writing for, and just try to hang out with them, just try to know like who they are. Like for example, writing for McBride, I know musically where he's coming from, and then just being around him so much, I know his personality. I know, he's got this big personality. So the song can't be small. The song cannot be little or tiny or, soft, or, it could be soft because, he has that side of him as well, but, it's gotta be big. It's gotta be, he's coming from Freddie Hubbard, he's coming from all these different influences, and so to write for him, I gotta think of that. I gotta think of, going back and listening to those records and listening to his old records, and constantly kind of revisit, okay, this is kind of how he's thinking of music, like Shade of the Cedar Tree, what was kind of going on through that, Okay, Cedar Walton, let me go to Cedar Walton, let me figure out this over here, so it's all this kind of, basically it's a lot of uncovering information and trying to find out where they're coming from to write for other people, But for myself, I write just from day-to-day experiences and just who I talk to, what I see throughout the day, or art. I'm a big fan of art, I'm a big fan of Salvador Dali. So, that's actually something I've been working on a lot, is how to take the concept of Dali and put that into music, which is difficult, but not, I'm still battling which way I want to do it, But there's all these different ways of composing, just from writing from, you'd be asleep and wake up and, okay, I got to write something down, to, just having an interview and then, okay, I got to go write something now, because this question ask this and okay, now I have to do this, you know. So it's a lot of information, a lot of inspiration for writing. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many musicians that I would love to play with and just to be around and just to talk to too. My dream gigs, that's hard, but you know, one is play with Wayne Shorter. I mean, you can't say enough about Wayne Shorter. You know, I mean, just aside from just being just a complete master, you know, a complete guru or Jedi of the saxophone. I mean, composer. I mean, there's so much, you know. And I would love to just even just sit down and just have a cup of coffee with him or something like that, just to kind of pick his brain about stuff, you know. So I would say Wayne Shorter. I would have to say, oh man, Marcus Miller. I mean, he's here on the cruise, so I'm really excited to be hanging out with him and talking to him. So you know, he's another person, you know. I mean, there's so many musicians. It's hard to say. Prince is actually somebody I really want to work with, just because I'm a big fan of his and just the music and just the way he thinks about it and all that kind of stuff. I would love to play with him. You know, there's so many. It's hard to like to put them all in the basket, you know, because there's so many. Especially for me being young. I mean, I want to play with everybody. You know, I believe in you know, being versatile and being able to express yourselves in different avenues, and you know, and being in different bands, you learn so much. You know, so I'm definitely a big fan of that. So I believe, you know, anybody who wants to play, you know, just let me know. You know. This is Christian Sands, and for more videos, go to JazzTimes.com.